Okay, good afternoon. Sorry, I'm recording this late. So I I'm doing this Tableau session um just to send to my students and just to give a little bit in depth of how we can use that Tableau. I mean, this is something that you can learn on your own, and also it's very interactive. It's something that you can actually learn a lot from. And the more you practice, the more you play with it, the more you become better and good. So I'll dive straight into the Tableau session right now. Now, once you have your Tableau open, it brings out everything you've been saving, you're working. If you don't have anything, you're just going to see all this place blank. And this is Tableau Desktop. This is Tableau Desktop. The one you have is Tableau Public. The Tableau Public only gives you opportunity to be able to connect to this set of data source, like the Excel, JSON file, and all that. Now, I have a Tableau Desktop that is being paid for on a monthly basis. So that's why if you have a Tableau Desktop, well, you yourself, you can download the Tableau Desktop, but it's just that it's not going to stay more than 14 days. It's not going to give you the opportunity to be able to use it more than 14 days. So, so if you go here now, you see you have opportunity to connect to Microsoft SQL Server. If you go here, if you click more, you have opportunity to connect to so many sources. That is if you have Tableau Desktop. But since you don't have Tableau Desktop, you might not be able to connect to all this. So the only opportunity you have, because what you are using is free, so it's going to be the Excel, text file, JSON file, and all that. So, well, because of that, I will go directly to the one that you can use. But if you have at work, I mean, this is where you connect to your SQL Server. What it tells you is that, okay, you put your server name, you put your database. If you don't want to put the database, it's optional. So you just put your server so that you can be able to connect to so many sources of database in your server. So, well, you leave this as window authentication because that's if you are not using password for your SQL Server. Except if you are using password, then you can use this. But in most cases, So then you sign in. Once you sign in, you have access to your to your server, and with that, you can start writing queries to your server, and extracting data from it. But let's dive into this now. Now, I am going to use an Excel file called Superstore. So where did I keep my Superstore? You need to go check for where you actually kept your Superstore, and so many gets what where your data is. So this is my Superstore. I'm connecting to it. I'm going to extract data from the Superstore. So now, if you look on the left, you will see all the sheets in your Excel. You see that all the tables you have in your Excel, but I mean, as it is, this is what we want to deal with, the other details. I'm so much concerned about the sales and the profits made by the organization. So if you look at this, you see that you'll be able to, you've been able to put your data in it. So for you to go to to where you're going to start creating sheets, this is just like Excel. So for you to go to where you're going to start creating sheets, so you see, it gives you the opportunity here, down here, to click sheet 1. If you click that sheet 1, then it gives you the opportunity to come here to start creating your sheets. And to start creating your sheets, number one, let's look at all this part now. like I told you when we're doing the class, I said these parts are they are the dimensions, and these are the measures. Now, if you go to an interview, they'll probably ask you, what do you understand by dimensions? What do you understand by measures? You know, measures are aggregable set of columns that you can aggregate. You can sum, you can count, not even count. You can sum, you can perform like a minimum, maximum, you know, things like that. Also, if you can also count, although you can count dimensions also, but it's measures are majorly what you can aggregate. That's the simple answer to that. Now, I want to see, let's now go into creating the sheet. For your information, you create sheets first before you start creating dashboard. Dashboards are just an assembly of all the sheets you have created, you know, to start doing certain presentations. So I'm so much concerned about the profit, I mean, as a businessman. So let me take the profit. Now, Tableau is a drag and drop kind of tool. Tableau is a drag and drop kind of tool. So I will take my profit. It depends on where you want to put it. You can put it in rows, you can put it in columns, depends on where you want to put it. But that will determine the way the visualization will show. So I'm dropping my profits in the column. Then I want to see the category and the subcategory. Like I told, we are just going to do what we did last week. So category and subcategory. Now, if you look at this is subcategory, and also we have the category. Category contains, you know, different categories of the product where they are categorized. So let's put it here, and also let's put subcategory here so that we see on both sides. We want to see the ones making profit, and we want to see the ones that are not making profit. You see how intelligent Tableau is. Now, all these ones are minus 5,000 down here, and from 0 down to 20,000, you can see that anything falling under here are not making profit, but anything going forward are making profit. So Tableau is very intelligent. It's going to tell you that. So now, if that is the case now, let's see. Let's be able to differentiate them by colors. I don't want to see what is not making profit with blue, but I mean, I can see this with blue, green, and all that. So what is determining this chart now is the profit. So let's take the profit and drop in color. Now, for information, these parts are where you do some certain things into the visualization. You can give it color, you can give the size, you can put labels, you can put the detail, the tooltip, so many things that way. So, well, if you decide to say, okay, you want to change the color a little bit, you can go into color and edit colors. You know, if you go into edit colors, if you click this, you can decide to, you know, if you want to make it red, gold, you know, if you apply this, and okay. So the darker it is, the more profit they've made. But do you think this is okay? No. I mean, let's represent profit with green. I prefer to represent profit with green. So let's do this. Good. So which means if you look at this, the darker the color, the darker the green means the more profit they made. Then if you look at this green, it's fading out, it's fading out, it's fading out, you know, then the lesser, you know, if you look at this now, have this orange shown. So meaning that they did not make profit. They did not make profit. So, I mean, also, you can go up here, you can decide to flip your visualization, you can decide to do this. You can decide to say, okay, from the smallest to the highest, you know, from the highest to the smallest, you know, things like that. You know, you can do all that, but I prefer to leave my stuff like this. It depends on how you want to leave yours. Okay, so that is that about that. Now, if you look inside the size, you can decide to reduce the size of the visual. I mean, the chart itself, if you bring it down here, you see the lines are getting thinner. If you bring it down here, you see the lines are getting bigger. So let's bring it thinner a little bit this way. Or if we want to put everything in the middle. And label is this. Okay, show max labels. Okay, so meaning that it's showing the label of you know, the amount each one of them made, you know, the amount of profits per the category and subcategory, you know. So we can, you know, you can decide to flip. If you want to flip, you can decide to show the label, 2 labels. If you want to show 2 labels, you can also put if you want to show the category also, you can also drag it and drop it in size and drop it in label. It's going to show you that also. So let's go to the next sheet. But before we go to the next sheet, let's name this. You double click it down here, or you go up here, you double click it, and if you put the name, but it's faster here. So let's make this profits by profits by category by sub. Profit by category by sub. So let's go to the next sheet now. What are we going to do for the next sheet? What visualization are we trying to show for the next sheet? Let's see what we want to show. So now we will show, let's see, profit by the city. Let me see, profit by the city. What if you look at this? If you look at this now, say you look at this side, you see that we have state, we have city. So let's look profit by the state, because the city is going to be too much. Let's look profit by the state. Now, there is one good thing about Tableau. If I drop the state in here now, it's going to give me a map. It's going to give me a map. Let's see. Drop it here. It's going to give me a map. It's automatically knowing that this is the map of United States. This is the map of United States. So it's going to show you the longitude and the latitude up there. And, you know, it's a very intelligent tool. Tableau is a very wonderful and intelligent tool. So let's look at how we can add some colors to this Tableau. So let's look at this color and let's edit color a little bit. And go into the color and edit color. Let's add okay. Let's look. You can go to show me, and it's probably going to give you different ways of, you know, visuals, how you want to do it. This is you know, this is showing you only the map of United States, showing you only the map of United States, and it also, this is showing you map of United States, but it's just, you know, it's just giving it, so just making it a little bit smaller and helping us to cut it out. So we can actually have some color. Let's put profit in that color. So I will drop profit here. Once I drop profit, it tells you the parts that are making profit and the ones that are not making profit. So let's put profit in label. You see that now? So meaning that any part that is showing the orange colors and, you know, meaning that they are not making profit. You can see how the profit looks. You can see how profit looks. But I mean, let me change the color also to, let me edit the color to what we had before, so that everything can just blend together. So let's take this. Let's take this. Okay, good. This is good now, right? Good. Um, well, we have done that. So what visualization do we need again? What visualization do we need again? So we can do, give me 1 second, please. Okay, sorry. So we've just done this. So now I want to go to, let's go look some other part of the profit. Let's look what other profits can we put out. Okay, so we are going to name this profit by state. So you see that once I name it down here, it names up here too. So profit by state. So what other profit do we want to see? Let's look at, well, there's one thing that we can actually look at. There is, order. We want to see how we've made sales based on the year and month, and or maybe profits based on the order date. So when we say order date, this is going to help us group it by year. It's going to help us also group it by month. So let me show you what I'm trying to say now. Now, order date. If I drop order date here, look at this. Once I drop order date, automatically gives me year. But if I click this plus, it gives me per quarter. This gives me per month. It breaks it down per day. But why do I want to see the per day? No, I don't want to see it per day. So I'm just going to remove that. I need to remove that. Well, just throw it out. Just remove this. Where is my, okay, sorry, remove. Then I don't need to see per quarter. So let me remove the quarter too. So, well, we can see per year, per month. So let's drop the profit here. Now, this is the profits per year, per month. If I want to see just per year, I can just remove this and it's just going to give me per year, per the year. So let me flip it. Okay, that's, let's put the per month. Okay, so this is per quarter. Quarter one, quarter two, let's put per month. I'll remove this. So this is the profits on a monthly basis. This is the profit on a monthly basis. So let's see which month is it that we normally make so much profit. So I think I'll prefer to leave it this way because this shows me also the profit and the loss. So if you look at this, July of 2014 and January 2015, we made loss. We made loss in that in those 2 years and the month. So let me change. Let's drop the profit also in color, and let's do a change to it. Let's edit it. Let's edit it. I would do this, advanced. Okay. Let me go back to the other. This is profit year per month. That's it. Enter. It gets that changed. Let me do something right here. Okay. This one too. Okay. Okay, good. So profits per year, per month. So we have that. Now let's look at another thing. Let's look at another sheet. Let's just drop another sheet. I'm going to use pie. Let's use a pie. Let's look at the region that made the more profit. And let's drop the region here, and let's drop profit here. Okay, so let's flip it. Let's say the region that made the more profit. So this region, I'm gonna use, let me use the pie chart. Let me use the pie chart. Where is my pie chart? Okay. Okay. So we have this in, let's make it as one so that we can have it shown as just one. So I'm going to make it to fill the entire, to have the entire view. And let's look at the color. Let's look at this. Does that make sense? So this is the most profit. This is, okay. Okay, so let's add the label. Let's increase the label. Well, we can also increase the size. If you want to increase the size, you know, you can also get the size increased, and that can get the size increased for you. Okay, so let's add some label to it. So the profit label now, let's drop the profit in it. Okay, so that tells us the profit as it is. And let's see the text of the profit. You know, if you want to change it, you can change it there. You know, the text of the profit if you think you want to change it. So let's this is where you can change the name, you know, if you want. And you can go into, you know, the alignment if you want, as you want to see the way you want to see the profit. Is it that you want to say slant, you want to say standing straight, whichever way you think you want to do, you want to see it. So then also let me see, what else can we add? Well, let's change the name. Profit per region. Profit per region. So that's fine now. Profits per region. So let's see some other things that we can actually do to this. Let's see certain things we can do. If you want to do some formatting, let's look at, you know, the columns, the rows. You know, this is very, very interactive. If you go into it, you can play with it at any time. Just play, have some good play with it, and you can actually walk around it, you know, do certain things about it, show some things about it. It's very, 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 you know, interactive. Very, very interactive. So you can show this in different forms here. You can do this, do that. You can show it in table form. You can go back, show it in this. You can go back, show it in this, show it in this as you want. You know, it depends on how you want it. You can show it in this, you can show it in this as you want. But I prefer this. Since it's not too much. So let's add, let me go. I'll just, rather than do that, let me just go back so that I can have what I was doing before. So now, let's go build our dashboard. Now, but can you see that we don't have any filter yet. We don't have any filter yet. What do I mean by the filter? Okay, for example, now we have how many products? A whole lot of products here. Let's do, for example, let's build a set. Now we have for example, now let's build a sheet now. We have a lot of products. If I say I want to put product ID here, I want to see the profit per product. You see a whole lot of product, right? And I want to see the profit per product that we made. If I do this, a whole lot of that, but that's too much. How do we want to represent that in our dashboard? So what we're going to do is that we want to create a set, what we call set. If we create a set to reduce this to say, give us the top 10 or top 20, top 10 or top 20. So we can create the set using the product ID that we used. Okay, so which product ID? Maybe let's use product name rather than product ID. They might want to see the name of what is actually doing well. So now, how do we represent this so that we can see everything? Imagine us saying, let's flip it now. Imagine how do we represent this in our dashboard? This is now representable. So what we're going to do, first of all, let's try to create a set. Each set is, it's something that helps you get from certain range to this range. So we can now use that set as our filter. So we use product name here. So let's create the set by the product name. You right click it, then create set. So creating set, well, you can see condition if you want to set certain conditions, but top, I can create that by top using this field. I can say, give me the top 10. I can decide to create it with parameter also, okay? Parameters to say, okay, from minimum of 1 to 100, it depends on, the kind of parameter you want to create. But I'm creating the top 10. Except if you want to do by formula, you can put some formulas here, but I'm creating with top 10. Give me the top 10, the product name set. That's what we're creating right now. So I'm creating it. So you see that it's been created now. Product name set. You see product name is here, but product name set is here. So if I drop this in the filter, it gives me the top 10. So rather than looking through all sort of things, it gives me the top 10. Let me even just use product ID. Let's see. You can just use product ID. Except now that we have used product ID, we want to use, let me see, add all members, filter, and then add. Okay. Top conditions. Let's do this. Top 10. Okay. So we have two sets there now, but I just use the product ID now and see, okay, which one is making so much money, so much, for us. But is it okay for us to use product ID or product name? It's the same thing, but I mean, the manager, your boss may want to see the name rather than, oh, what did I do? I dragged that out. Okay, product name. Product name. Okay, let me go back rather than creating another one. Okay. Okay, good. So product name, we will use that as that. So let's drop the profit also in color and edit the color. Let's edit the color to have red to green, red to green, red, green, divergent. Okay, let's do this. From that, apply. Okay. Let me do this very well. Red, green. Okay, this is it. Okay. This is too dark. Let's edit it one more time. The red is too dark. I don't. Let's use this. Okay. So I have created this, but the size. Let me reduce the size a little bit. Okay. So this is what we have created right now for that. So let's look at this. Let's change it. Top 10 profits, top 10 profits, top 10 product, top 10 product. Enter. Sorry. Top 10 product. So we have created how many now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me reduce this more. The other ones are tinier than that. Okay. So now, let's go create the dashboard. If you look down here, you see this is sheet, but this is dashboard. Let's create the dashboard. Now, this is the dashboard. Immediately you create, I clicked the dashboard, everything that I've created, everything showed on this side. So, but can they fit in here? Can they fit in here? No. So let's expand the dashboard a little bit. Once you click the size, the drop down, then the width. Let's increase it. Once you start increasing it, then you can increase the height also. Good. Now, one thing you need to know is that if I drag and drop here, it's going to take the it's going to take the old page, but still that's not a problem. If I bring another one, it's going to ask me, it's going to give me the option of dropping in somewhere. If I put this here now, you see, it's giving me that option to drop it there. If I try to bring another one now again, it gives me the option probably to drop on top here. If I bring another one now, if I just bring another one, it might just give me the option of dropping somewhere, but that's not looking good though. Let's do this. This is, let's put this here. And where's the last one? This. Let's go drop it. We can put it, we can give you the opportunity to drop it in the middle if you want. So we have this now. Let me take this off now. Delete. Yeah. So we have a dashboard, for example. Now we have this dashboard showed it's showed now, but does this look good? No. Let me take this out, and we're gonna reshape everything. So why am I showing you that the others? Is because if you look at this thing is just what it's doing is telling us that you don't have control over the size, but you can have control over the size though. You can have control over the size. If you want to have control, you can have control over the size. So the only one remaining is this, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove everything. Let me remove everything. So when we remove everything, now what you're going to do is to, once you put your hand on shift, then you drag this out, then you can be able to control the size. You can be able to control the size. You see now, you can drag it as you want, you can control the size as you want. So that's one. Taking this out. In fact, I don't even want to see, I don't want to see the label. Let me take the label out. So that is one. In fact, this one too, let's go back and remove this. You can decide not to show that. You can remove it, you know, if you want to remove it. But do you think it's appropriate for us to remove it? Well, that depends, but looking at it, I think someone wants to see the profit that they made, whether it's backward or, you know, since we don't have the label in it. So let's leave it. I'm going to leave it. So now what is remaining? Let me see what we can put right quick. Now let's take this. Oh, you put, like I said, you put your hand on shift. You put your hand on shift, then you drag this out. Let me remove this also. So in this case, you can control the size. You can control the size as you want it. You can control the size as you want it. Now, what is remaining? Let me flip this other one. I want to flip it. Let's flip it. Okay, so go back to my dashboard. I want to flip that. That would probably be the last thing that I'm going to put. Let me put this here. Let me put this here. Okay, good. So this is here. Then let me take this out. Then what's remaining? Let's take top 10. So top 10. I'll drag this down. So this one too, let's bring it up so that the names will be on the same parallel line. Okay, so, well, you see, that's why I said in the first place that should we put those names? Should we put these names? Let's go take the name out. I think it's not too looking good like that. Let's see. Rather than using the name, let's use the ID. Let's use the ID. Okay. So go back here. Even the ID, it's somehow long. Okay, what can we do to that? So we can take that out. Column shelf. Let's see, we can take that out. Tie to, let's look at something real quick. leave the title to show, and exclude, hide. Let's hide everything. I think did I forget about this? Let's see. I think I've used, I've eaten a so maybe I've forgotten that now. Well, as we go, let's keep going. I'll remember, and I trust me, before we finish, I'll remember now. But so let's put the other one. Let's put the other one now. That one, let me even see if I can just drag that one. No. Let's drop that one here. Let's drop that one here. Take this out. So once we drop that one there, then let's start dragging this down. Drag this down so that it fits. So that it will fit. Will that be fine? Or we just want to make it go underneath? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's put this here. Let's put that there. Then we'll keep this here. Let's let it flip. We can let that flip also. Let's flip it. Okay, that one is flipping now. Then we can now drop this. Okay, that's our profit per year, per month. We can now drop this here. Let's drop that there. We'll flip it. Let's flip it. Okay, so flipping that, we can now decide to, hold on, let's take this out. Let's drag this here. I mean, we should be good now, right? So this is looking good now, right? So this is our, this is our dashboard. So let's go to, if I want to see it in the presentation mode, I can go here and it shows in presentation mode. Now, but what is the essence of this? We need to do something to be able to filter, find, and so that once I click, for example, if I click here, or if I move around here, it affects every other thing. Or if I go on this state, it affects every other thing. You know, things like that. So this thing is covering my state. So let's do a filter. Let's use a filter. Let's, okay, for example, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do this. And let's do this. So hovering, let's go here, dashboard, then you create an action. So once we create an action, we can say, now these are all the actions I've created already by clicking the filters that I opened before. Now, let me show you something. If I decide to uncheck this, let it go back to what it was before. And you see that once you try to do the action, you will not see anything. So if I go back to the dashboard and click the action, you will not see anything. But because we've created a filter already by doing this, which means you are telling the filter to be active. You're saying, filter, please be active. So once you do that, and we try to go into the action, and so it picks all the filtering. So if I say, use all of them, use all of them, had the filter an action now. The action is that I want is filter. Okay, I'm using all the filters, but I just want the hover. Okay, I don't want to keep selecting. Just hover on it. Once I hover on it, show all values. Show all values. Okay. Okay, so if I click OK and OK, so if I do this, you see that if I put on bookcases is telling us that we made loss in certain regions. So what region did we make loss? Let's go find out what the region is. Let's add region to that filter, to that to the label. Let's see, what region is that? Let's add region to it so that it shows the region for us. So we have this region now. So if we go back to the dashboard, if we do this now, it tells us that we made loss in Central South. We also made loss in Central, and we also made loss in East. We also made loss in West. The only place we made profit about bookcases was in South. And it's telling us that the bookcases is not part of the top 10, and we made so much loss in, if you look at 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, consistently we've been making loss. The loss is more than the profit. And if we go to West, West is going to tell us what we made so much. And West has, when you talk about the top 10 product ID, West sold a whole lot of them also. So if we talk about, let's go by states. This state made loss. What state is that? Oregon. So Oregon made loss. It's part of the West, contributing to the loss of the West. So they made so much loss in tables, made so much loss. So let's put it in the presentation mode. This is the presentation mode. You click up there. So, I mean, when you are presenting to your management, to the management of your company, you can do all this and, you know, show them what you're doing, show them this, show them that. Okay, in this, this is what we did, and in 2017, in March 2017, this is what we made, and the worst profit is coming in 2015, and the states contributing to the loss are, you know, states like we didn't put the label on the state, so, you know, we will not be able to tell, but we can actually add the label on that. We want to put the label, or rather than putting the amount, okay, we can put the label rather than putting the amount. But I just don't want my map to look somewhat wonky. That's why. So this is it. You can actually play with your Tableau, do a whole lot of things with Tableau, and it tells you so much about it. So let me save what I'm doing. I'm going to save this. I'm going to save that. Let's put that as Superstore DB by profit. Okay. Desktop. Let me put it in my GCU. Well, that's part of the. Or should I just put it in the desktop? Just put it in desktop. Okay. So, well, I'm able to save because I have the desktop. I have the Tableau desktop. It's been paid for. So that is what it is all about. So let me see some of the things you want to be able to do on Tableau. Well, let's name our dashboard. We can say it Superstore dashboard or something. Superstore by profit. Superstore category by profit. You can say, okay, category by profit. Or you can say dashboard by profit. This one does not mean anything. I mean, just name it whatever you think you want to name it. So that is that about that. And when they tell you about story, once they tell, oh geez, once they tell you about story. So, well, just like what I was doing last time, my stuff went off again, but thank God I've saved it. Okay, so I will be sending it to everybody for use. Thank you so much. Thank you, and bye for now.